What is up, you guys? Welcome to your third tutorial of programming in C. And in this tutorial, of course, I'm going to talk about variables. But before that, this is going to be the frame of our program. Okay, these two libraries are always going to be there. And remember, we always write our code in the main function. This is the main function, so we write our code in here, and these two lines are always going to be there, okay, because we just need them. And remember, we write our code between these lines right here, okay. So in almost all of my tutorials, this is going to be there always, okay. So let's get back to variables. Now, variables are some things in C programming that are used to hold the values. Now, these values can be numbers, characters, or even sentences, okay. Now, first of all, there are different types of variables, right? So, let me introduce you to the first type of variable, which is called the integer type of variable, and it is used to hold numbers, okay? So, we declare, first of all, we need to declare these variables. We pretty much need to tell our C program that, okay, we are going to work with integer type of variables, and this is going to be the variable. So, first of all, to declare it, we type int and we type some name of that variable. Okay, let me name this number, and we put a semicolon. Now remember, you can name it anything you want. I just named it number. Okay, and yeah, one more thing, in some PCs, I don't know, but it gives an error if you declare these variables after the clear screen line. Okay, so if your PC is giving an error and you're sure you typed everything right, just interchange these two lines and the program must be running smoothly then. Okay, so that's just a piece of advice. Okay, for my PC it runs smooth, so I'll just declare it after the clear screen. Okay, so what this line means is that now number is a variable which will hold some integer value. Okay, it's gonna hold some number. So let's actually make it hold a number, and let's type something like number is equal to 9. Okay, now what this line means is that number is a variable and it holds the value 9. Okay, and we actually need to put a semicolon here. Okay, so after this line, number will be 9. Okay, so let's just make it simple and let's just print out the value of number. Okay, so to print out we use printf, and in here we cannot type just number like that, okay, because if we run this it will just print out number. We don't want to do that. We actually want to print out the value of number. So to do this, we type something like percent d. Now what this means is that, okay, here some integer value is going to come, okay, and we come out of our brackets, the quotes, and we put a comma and we type your number, the value of which we want to print out here. Remember, %d is used only for integer variables. Okay, let's run this and I'll show you how it works. So it prints out 9. Okay, it doesn't print out %d, it prints out the value 9. Okay, because that's the value of number. Let's change this and see how it works. So let's make it 59. Okay, and it will print out 59. We all know that, but still. Okay, so there it works. And yeah, one more thing, if you store some decimal value, let's say 5 point these numbers, okay, and remember, this number is integer type. So what happens if we print out number? Let's see, it just prints out 59. It actually ignores all these numbers after the decimal point, and it prints out only the integer value. So what you can do is that you can make number another type of variable, and another type of variable is called float. Okay, so now number is a float type of variable. Okay, it is not an integer type, it is a float type. Now float is a fraction value. You can make a fraction value inside a float variable. And remember, to print a float value, you don't need %d, you need %f. Okay, this means a float value is going to come in here. So let's run this and I'll show you how it works. So it prints out 59.4.77. Now these two zeros are added because float type of variables are the values with 6 digits after the decimal point. Okay, so it just completes its figure. Okay, that's all about floats. Now you can add some sentences in the printf with along with this. Okay, so the value is, and you can type %f year. Okay, so the value is, and let's run the I'll show you. So the value is, and it prints out the value. Okay, you can print out some statements even after this. You, if you want, you can all do, you can I'm sorry, you can do all that sort of things. Okay, and another thing is that these integer types and float types variables, they all have a limited range. Okay, for example, integer type of variables, they can hold only numbers up to about 32,000. Okay, and they cannot even hold amounts less than minus 32,000. 32,000 is not the actual value. There's something like 32 286, I don't know, something like that, but around 32,000. So what you actually want to do is that you need to mention a different type of variable instead of integer if you want to work with more than 32,000 amount. Okay, so in all of my tutorials, I'll be working with integer numbers, and maybe I'll use some floats and all wherever I require, but most of it will be integer because I won't be showing you numbers above 32,000 and all that. But you can make use of something called as long integers and double, and all, there are too many variable types. You can Google them if you want. And yeah, there is one more type of variable called as character. You declare it using char, but I'll talk on this later on. It is just used to store characters in the number. Okay, I'll definitely talk about this in the later tutorials. Okay, so for now, I'll just leave you with integer and float type variables. Okay, and yeah, one more thing, when you name this variable, there are actually some rules. Okay, you cannot just type anything in here. First of all, this variable can contain alphabets or numbers, and you cannot start the name of the variable with a number. Okay, so you cannot call this 3 number or something like that. Okay, but you can, of course, you can use numbers in between or at the end. Okay, to name this. When it comes to special characters, you can only use the underscore sign. Okay, and yeah, underscore sign can be used anywhere in the variable, before, after, in the middle, anywhere. Okay, and you cannot have any spaces in between your variables. So for example, you cannot name your variable like this. Okay, these are some rules to name the variables, and you have to follow them because you are doing some programming. Okay, and another thing is that uh, you can add some comments in your program. Okay, now to do some comments, to add some comments in your program, you just put 2 / and you type anything in here that you want. That I'll just type YOU want. Okay, what this line does is that it does nothing. Okay, when your compiler goes, it just ignores this line. This is just for the programming stuff. Like if you're building some big program, you can just write some things in between your programs to know what actually this block does. Okay, comments actually have nothing much importance in the program. Okay, you can just write comments even here. So you can write CLEARS, clears the screen. Alright, we need to spell it right. Okay, so you can write something like clears the screen, and this line pretty much means that clears the screen. These are just the comments. Okay, it doesn't affect your program in any of the way, and you can use this by using 2 /. Now if you want to add some 4 or 5 line comment or more than that, you put something like / and a star mark. Okay, and you end it with a star and a /. So whatever in between these two things you write, it's gonna be a comment. Okay, and you can write how many ever lines you want. Okay, these this is all going to be comments, and this / and star is used for multi-line commenting, okay? If you have something really important to comment and it's not just one line, you use star forward slash instead of just I'm sorry, instead of just two forward slashes, okay? These two forward slashes are used only for one line commenting, okay? So there you go, that's variables and comments, okay? And yeah, one more thing, let me just go down the here and let me just type a name, okay? It's RCHIE. Okay, this is not a part of a code or anything. I just wrote it because, this is the name of the guy, Dennis Ritchie, maybe. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I pronounce it the way I want. Okay, so Dennis Ritchie, this is the guy who actually invented C programming. Okay, and he invented it in 1973. So just a piece of information I wanted to share with you guys. So that's all about variables and comments, okay? So thanks a lot for watching and we meet in the next video.